Hi man, my name is Elias Branchereau. Today I'm going to show you the top 10 solos I learned the most from, but this is the part 2. I already made the part 1, but I found 10 more solos that I've really liked and that have taught me a lot about blues guitar specifically. Although this is also very rock centered. I think you're going to like this, and yeah, I hope you enjoy. So I do a lot of Stevie Ray Vaughan in my videos, and this is another Stevie Ray Vaughan song. It's called Cold Shot, and it's one of my favorite things to do when I get lazy with my practice, since it's so easy once you've learned it. It uses this technique when you strum all strings, but only one is heard because you block everything else with your hand. So it's a key thing to learn if you want to learn some techniques to learn blues, and it sounds really good. Has some great soloing, and you have to learn this if you want to learn guitar in general. It's just something you have to learn, and something you'll play over and over again while practicing. So this one is fun, and you should really learn it. So this next one is a blues classic, originally done by Freddy. My version is from Stevie Vaughan, and I think Eric Clapton did it too. I saw Kirk Hammett play this backstage, for example. It's pretty much a blues standard, if you could say so. It's a great song. I think you have to learn it. It's pretty easy, and it's one of these songs that you can learn at the bass level, and then you can step it up and learn more and more with the song. I'm pretty much at the mid level, I would say. I would really recommend you to learn this song. Yeah, good luck. So this next song is called "The Song Remains the Same," and it's by Led Zeppelin. It's one of the songs that got me into Led Zeppelin, and it's fucking crazy. When I first heard this, I thought it was impossible. Like the way he played it so fast, and it sounded like one guitar, which it was. I just couldn't believe my ears, you know. So this specific clip I also mixed in with Rock and Roll by Led Zeppelin as well, and they sound great together and they mesh in okay. They don't fit perfectly because the tempo and maybe the time signature is different, but it sounds really good to be honest. So who cares? So this next one is next to impossible to play with a backing track, so I'm not gonna have one. I tried and tried and tried, but really didn't succeed. So I decided to play without one. It's still got the blues by Gary Moore. It is, yeah, and it's quite instructive for more advanced players because most of the songs in my videos are with box one of the pentatonic scale, minor pentatonic scale. And this specific one has licks outside of that box. Like 90% of the song is outside of the box. And it's a song you've heard multiple times that people will recognize and stuff, and people will really like. So I would recommend you to learn this one. It's great. So the first one is quite interesting. It's by Jimi Hendrix. It's called Killing Floor, but he's never actually played this on an album version. He's only played it live, and the most notable one is at, I would say, Stockholm or Monterey. And this one is the Monterey version. There's plenty different versions. The song was originally by Howling Wolf, but I'm pretty sure Hendrix made a better version, although I appreciate both. This next one is actually a really fun solo to play, but you do need the context of the song in order to play it. So the backing track. If you play it in a vacuum, it doesn't sound very good because the timing is quite specific. There are still some licks that you can learn here that you can apply to other tempos and songs, but you have to kind of change them a bit. But yeah, it's a really good solo. last video, someone in the comments asked if any of these solos could be played on the acoustic guitar, and my answer was no. Like most of these, you gotta go up to the 12th and 14th and bend a lot, and it's just not feasible on the acoustic guitar. Of course, you can replace it with slides, but it will just not sound the same. So for this third pick, I picked a solo that is done on the acoustic guitar. It's "Wish You Were Here" by Pink Floyd, and it's one of the best beginner songs, I'd say, to play, and one of the first solos I learned, and one of the solos I would recommend you to learn if you're a beginner. So here it is. So it's a bit weird to put this song again. It's Crossroads by Cream. I already put the first solo in the first video, but then I thought I might as well put the second solo, since I think it's two very vast levels of difficulty, and you play these at different levels of skill in your guitar journey. You start with the first one, it's the easiest, then the second one is super hard, and it's even impossible on some guitars because he played it on an SG because the upper frets are very accessible, whereas if you play this on a Strat, it's really hard. Les Paul is very hard. You really have to get a SG for this lick, so I wouldn't recommend it to most people out there. But it's a great sounding solo, and if you have the SG, you really should learn it. Good luck, by the way, for learning it. It's very hard, and I haven't even learned it fully. It sounds okay, but it's not perfect at all by any means. There's a lot of things wrong with my performance. I just had to put some performance. This next one is by Magic Sam, a Chicago blues player. It's been featured on Retro's channel as well, where he said that it was impossible. It is really, really hard. I wouldn't say impossible to replicate, of course, because he had some weird tone going. But I think you can get it to sound pretty good quite fast. A week or so, I would say. This one is for Magic Sam again. It's one of his most known songs. along with Looking Good, the one I put before this. But this one is actually an actual song rather than an instrumental. So I like it for that case. But it's some classic electric blues stuff. I really like it. I enjoy playing it. I tried singing with it once, but it's really hard to get the timing right. I recommend you trying this if you want to learn some 12-bar blues, some regular blues. It's great. With this video, let me know what you think of the list. I think it's pretty good considering the other 10, the top 20 list. These are the ones I picked personally and the ones I connected with. I tried a bunch of other songs. That didn't really connect with me. I know Joe Bonamassa has put like Crossroads in his list, which I totally agree on. #1 song I ever learned. But he also put Voodoo Child. I've learned that song, but I haven't learned it from start to finish because there's just a lot of weird little details that you can't really make out, that are really hard to play. No tab is ever correct, so I wouldn't agree with that, for example. So this is my personal preference. I think you should look online for more research to find some songs and solos you should learn. But these are some great examples, and they will teach you a lot about blues, in my opinion.